Hi and welcome. So today I just wanted to make this video to keep you up to date with what I have been doing with this little but is becoming a big beast right now. So I am working a lot on my Canon Eosm rig, and for now this is how it is. So what I have done with my Canon Eosm is, I did some, cleanup, if I may say so. So in my previous episodes, I showed you this rig, and I did some kind of modification because what I want to be my rig, I want to be always very functional. And to be functional, that means it has to be always ready to shoot. This is the concept of this one. So as you can see it here, right, I have it on my tripod with this C-mount zoom lens. This is a Fujinon TV C-mount zoom lens. So what is nice is that it is a C-mount. So it has an advantage and a disadvantage. The advantage of this is that it's really small, lightweight. It has this motorized, focus, zooming, and aperture. And if you haven't watched my videos, what I did, I was working a lot to make these motorized focusing, zooming, and aperture to make it work from distance. So I can now activate and use it remotely to do the focusing, the zooming, and the iris, open it or close it. So this is not a really fast lens. The maximum aperture is 2.5 f-stop, and the zooming is starting from 10 millimeters till 163 millimeters. So that's a really nice zoom focal range. And yeah, so what is specific of this, it's a C-mount. But being a C-mount, and the problem is that it has a little bit of vignetting, so I can use it only on a crop mode 1:1 at 2.5K 14 bits raw. But there also, when I'm zooming, so from 10 millimeter until 163 millimeters, I have, from time to time, on different focal length, I can see there's vignetting. So it's a little bit annoying for me. So I searched another, crop mode. And what I find where I don't have any vignetting with this lens is the 1280p. 1280p, it's almost an 1080p, but it's almost a 1080p. And finally, I'm using it as a 1080p raw, because in the raw aspect ratio, I have the settings set on 16:9. And that gives this aspect ratio around the 1080p aspect ratio, but I have it on raw with the Magiclantern. So, and because of this is so it has a motorized, as I told you, it has the motorized focusing, zooming, and aperture, but obviously it needs a juice, these motors. So I had to find a solution. So the solution is that I have, like jacks here, so a cable, DC cable here from the lens, right? And it goes to the monitor, because I'm taking, it has a DC output of 8 volts, and I'm taking it from here to power the the motors for zooming, focusing, and aperture. Now, then I have the monitor. This is a Fieldward monitor. It's a nice one. It's a good one. And then if you can see it here, I changed a little bit the system. So you know that when I bought this monitor, I get with it, I bought it, used. I get with it two batteries, and I have already even bought another two pair of these batteries with 10,000 milliampere, long-lasting batteries. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm powering up the monitor and the motors from here. And then for the Canon Eosm, I decided to put this mount. This battery mount is for NP, this kind of batteries, right? And this one will, power up the Canon Eosm. And this way I can have it, mobile, meaning that I can use it on a tripod with a fluid head like this one. This is a very, mobile and easy to use. Or if I want to handheld, then I can just take it into my hands, take it down from a tripod because I have a quick release, right? And then here we go. I have the Canon Eosm with the cage. Yes, I haven't told you about the cage. The cage that I found, and it's really cool because it's as small as the Canon Eosm. It's a cage made for Sony 6300. It's made by Small Rig, and what I like about the cage is that it's one part built aluminum cage, so there are no screws that can detach or loosen in time, so it's very sturdy. But in order to make it functional, you see I had to, cut out a chunk from it, so now I can open it, take out if I want the battery, or most important is the SD card. So I had to do this kind of modification and a little bit of modification because in front, don't know if you can see it there, for the cage, there's a structure there. Let me just make it to focus again. Right, and in that structure, I had to a little bit cut out, but just a little bit, nothing, serious. And yeah, this is ready to go. Like I can have this in my bag, and I can go with it without, any problems. And now I can just put it back on a tripod, fix it, and here we go. It's again on the tripod. So it's very extremely, functional thing. And the other thing is why I had this kind of modifications, because secondly, as you can see it here, it stands on the tripod, right? So that means that for indoors, I rethought everything. Thought to myself, okay, this way I can use it indoors, hooked up with direct energy source. So I have this kind of thing. This power source is, so I have an adapter for 12 volts, and this adapter I can, like 12 volts. So this has a DC in 12 volts. That means I can have the monitor and the motors turned on using this adapter, this 12 volts, adapter. Then I have another adapter. This adapter, I have it, this is for the dummy battery. So with the dummy battery, I just have to put this one inside. Connect to the dummy battery, right? I can put it like this, for example. And now I have connected everything. And I have a third connection. And this one, it is for another thing, this kind of thing, but this is Exxon, and this is a transmitter. This is a transmitter. This is a wireless transmitter of HDMI. So for example, if I want, I can put here up this HDMI. I can connect it with an HDMI out, with an HDMI out from here, connected there. And it is a wireless transmitter, meaning that I can look the image of the frame, not only here in the monitor, but in a secondary monitor. So where I want, on a laptop, on a tablet, on a smartphone, wherever I want, because it can transmit wirelessly on any equipment where you have Wi-Fi options, yes, wireless options. And let me just put it on, power it up, so I can show you a little bit what I'm actually speaking about. So now I have direct energy, so let me just take this one down for now. So now I'm not using a battery, so that's cool, because inside, and if I want to, just experiment, learn, because if I want to learn on it and I just want to record and see things, how it's actually working with the Canon Eosm and Magiclantern, it's good to have a source, directly connected to energy source. So there's no more battery, so I don't have to worry if I'm using it 1 hour, 2 hour. It will not drain my batteries. The batteries, I will use it only outside. So inside, I'm cool with it. So now, because I have the 12 volts, I can just turn on the monitor, right? Then, because I have on the dummy battery the Canon USM with the Magiclantern, now I can just turn on. And here you have it. You can see already it's working. And because here I have the 12 volts, that is giving, the energy to my lens. So I think I have already way too much time, show you this, but it's always fun and I like it. So now focusing. So you will see, I have this thingy to activate the focusing, and you can see here how the focusing is working when I'm just pushing it. Then aperture, so it will be this ringy, and you can see it here. Activating how that ring is. And then the zoom, again, this is the middle one, and you can see it how that depends on how I'm using it, it's working. Now what I still have to find, and I didn't have to search for a solution, is that this 3 model it in a remote controller in a 1, and yeah, I have to search an idea for that. And I think that I have already spoken about this, but if not, just briefly, I will touch it, this subject. So if you are looking here, I mean, let me just take out, this is just to protect something that is here. So here, you know, it's the infrared, sensor. You know, this infrared sensor is permitting us, for example, you can buy a remote control, an infrared remote control is the RC6 from Canon. And you can turn it because there's a video mode. So there's a switch where you can put it on a video mode, that remote controller. And you have to turn it in the Canon Eosm also to turn on this remote controller. And then if you are in front of the camera and the sensor is visible, you can use this remote controller, for example, to start, stop, recording the video. But you have to be always in front of the sensor, and the remote controller, it has to be always in front of the sensor, because if not, it's not working. So what I have done is that I took a remote controller that is can activate the DC current from a distance, but on the radio frequency. And I took out from the remote controller, the remote control of the infrared, and I connected them together. So that means that now I have this infrared remote controller here in this black box together with this electronics, and I have fixed it, the sensor here of the remote controller, meaning that, for example, let me just start again the Canon USM. So now with this remote control, and what is the advantage of this remote control is that I can have it wherever I want. For example, I can have it here, so back where it doesn't see the remote controller. But watch the remote control. Just 1 second, I have to restart the camera. Up like this. So just watch here. Normally, it will show you when I'm starting. So 1, 2, 3, look just there. If you have seen it, oh, I have to activate. So now look at there. Yes, now it's starting the recording. And now I stop the recording. So that flash when you are seeing, that means that I have activated, you see, I'm activating the recording. Right? Every time. So, and what is nice with this one, this button can be wherever I want it, in back of the camera, in front of the camera, anywhere. So this is very nice. For example, if this camera, I put it in a place where let's say I'm putting down the camera because I want to have a frame like down on the soil, for example. I can remain like here in the monitor. I can see what I'm framing, and I can just start the recording from here. Look at you see? And stop the recording, and that's it. So this is, again, it's very nice. Now obviously, if you are interested of this, how I made it, what material do you need, I will put up here a link. I have a video where I'm explaining how this is working, and this is really nice because this camera you cannot activate or deactivate anyway us from a distance. So there are quite a lot of things that I have been doing, with this camera, and now it's quite nice because you see inside I can use it as much as I want. I can test out, I can see things. I mean, even if I'm not using this lens, but I can put other lens and just play with it. And inside it's just cool. Or if I want to record inside, it's cool because I'm not, so much. I'm not looking at my battery if it's draining or not. So now I'm taking the energy directly from the source, and that's just cool. So and now I want to do a few tests with this equipment because I'm quite interested. I mean, for example, it interests me the zooming capabilities also. Like, for example, let me just show you a little bit. You see, that's how the zooming is actually working up. And it's nice to have the options of doing the zooming. You see, it's quite cool. I can use it with remote controller, and yeah, I want to test out the zooming possibilities. But what is nice is that it's not only the zoom. I can do the same thing. I can do the focusing and the iris, the aperture also. I can do it from a distance. So this is why I really love this idea and this project. And yeah, I find it really cool right now how clean and how this setup looks like. Obviously, as I told you, this setup is usable as I wish, meaning that I can put another lens. If I want to put another lens, I just take out, the DC current cable, and then I have it only with the monitor, and I can put another lens, a different lens. And this configuration is quite nice. Or if I want to use it on a gimbal, it's very simple because I can just take down the monitor here. I have hot shoe, so I can just take out the monitor, take down the monitor. Like, let me just show you. Up. It's in the other way around. So you see, I can just take down the monitor, and then I can take down this part, and it remains really just the camera body. So yeah, it's really usable, modelable, and there's really no problem at all. I can just put it back like this, and here we go. And it's working again. You can see the Magiclantern. And it's cool because I'm not even worried about draining the battery. That's cool. I wanted to do this because inside, when I started to, record and try out some kind of stuff, I'm always was worried, or I knew that I have only a few hours, and I always had to be careful with the energy. But right now, having it directly from the source inside, this is really a big freedom of manipulating. And I was thinking a lot about this because always on the battery, I mean, outside it's normal, but inside, if you want just to play with it, see some settings and whatnot, I mean, it's good to not to think always that there's a battery that will drain out. So yeah, please tell me, what do you think about my rig? As I told you, for me, it's really a functional one. The main idea is really to be portable, to be easy accessible, meaning that I can have it like this already set up in my bag, and if I see something, I just want to record it momentaneously, I just take out from the bag, put in the battery, 2 batteries, and that's it. I can already use it, the camera, in that second. And yeah, one thing I wanted to talk to you, if you have made it and you are still watching this episode, is that building up like this kind of rigs, obviously the camera, the entirety of the system, it becomes heavy. But that's a good thing. It's really a really good thing to be heavy, because it will help on the stability of the footage. It will be less shaky, and this is a thing that I have shown, because when I had only the Canon Eosm, and I just put, a lightweight lens, although it was really, really, easy to manipulate, I saw that the footages were shaky. And it's strange, starting from my other lens. I have a big, vintage lens, an Avitar 50mm, but it's heavy because there's really heavy glass inside, and the structure is a metallic one. It makes the system really heavy. I mean, you have to keep it really sturdy, really well. But many people asked, like with the footages, I mean, you use the camera on gimbal or what, but not because of the weight, the footage just wasn't that shaky. So there's a positive thing also when you are rigging up a camera and it becomes heavy. So yeah, I'm quite happy with it, proud with it, and now I will just use it, do a bunch of recordings with it. I will try to use inside. I want to see this crop mode, the 1280p, the quality of this setting. If not, I'm always new and I prefer the crop mode 1:3, the 5.2K 14 bits preset, because it's the best, really. So it's kind of anamorphic preset, meaning that when you are recording the footage and you are opening it in DaVinci Resolve, if you are leaving it or transforming it CDNG, the footage is squeezed, so you have to de-squeeze it. But that gives something special to the footage, and that's why I really like that 5.2K 14 bits raw settings. It's not because it is the highest resolution, but it's not 5.2K, but we are saying it because this is the name, and finally, mathematically, it kind of gives that kind of the framing. But yeah, I won't enter in that detail. So yeah, I want to check out the 1280p, what kind of quality it gives. I already done a little bit of video with it, but it needs more of the test, because I want to test out this lens. I just love the idea that I can control it remotely. So yeah, further test will come, and for now I will just use like this. If you have seen it, I did some kind of cable management. So you see the cables are very well arranged, and even use these kind of, plasticky strips that are tied there, so they are not moving. And that's just the advantage, that I can leave the camera like this, put it directly like this in the backpack, and using it when I want, not wasting time with putting all the pieces together. That's that was the main idea, to build something really sturdy, but something that can be like this all the time, and I can put it like this on the back. So thank you for watching. Tell me what do you think about it, and see you in my next episode.